Okay, so I'm trying this other mic. I had this mic in the other day, but quality was just not great when I was trying to do the live on YouTube. So we're going to go back to the original one. It's always good to have multiple types of things lying around, mainly because, sorry, everything is all crooked. Hold on, give me a second. Let me just fix this up. Lots of things. I don't know, the other mic wasn't working as well. So I'm literally trying to fix this little, give me a second. Untangle, untangle. Untangling, apologies for this. Okay, and the reason why I'll show you now. It's nodding. So I can actually use this microphone that I have here, but I found that the quality of this mic does not pick up half as well as this one that I'm using right now. It is a good example of trying diversity in how a microphone will work on your channel or whatever it is you're trying to do. I did get this, which is super awesome. And yeah, there's possibly a TikTok ban coming to the United States. So there are lots of things to put into consideration at this stage, right? This world is becoming topsy-turvy, and I don't know what to do. All I know is I do like doing music, and lately TikTok has not allowed me to do much music on my channel. So I don't know what to think. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to feel at this stage. What I want to do is I'm going to put this on. I hope you guys can hear me. I don't know if anybody's here. I'm here a little bit early. Yeah, I think this mic is a little bit better in regards to quality, but I keep tripping on it. Okay, so I was using this mic, but this mic wasn't so good. So I'm using this mic for this live. And today, it's been an interesting week. TikTok has been giving me a little bit of drama. The shop is doing okay. I sold a few things on the shop. How are you? Oh, hi, how are you? Yeah, I don't know if people know about what's going on with the United States and TikTok, but it has been can you hear me? I'm using a different microphone than I did the other day. I think it's a talking day. This was the one I had on the other day, but it was just the quality when I was moving around, you couldn't hear as well. The Rhodes mic is always good. Has been an interesting experience being in the United States lately. TikTok has not TikTok, but I think the United States has created a conundrum. I don't know if my eyesight's a bit better. Oh, that's another thing. I just went to the optometrist, and the optometrist said, "Nice to meet you." Oh, lots of birds. My cat's talking to the birds. Nice to meet you guys. It has been a very, sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to, it's kind of cold today, but I like to wear my winter hat because it's winter. I'm trying to say that America, it's winter right now. It's winter in the States. It has been an interesting experience. TikTok is potentially going to get banned in the United States January 19th. We don't know. I have been working on TikTok, so that's one of the reasons why I haven't been on here as frequently, because TikTok had said, "Hi, nice to meet you guys. Thank you for talking to me." It has been an interesting journey. It has been an interesting journey, and I am moving along faster, oddly enough, on Facebook. No, this is not my real hair, actually. My real hair is short, and it's shaved in the back. No, I cannot. I no longer can dye my hair because I've overdyed it. I'm 40. I'm Gen X. I'm 45. I'm not even 40. I'm 45 years old. As you get older, the less you have, and I don't like to go to the hair salon and dye it, so I'm keeping it. Yeah, it's a cool color. The neon actually blends right into the rest of the. I like lights. And I don't see too many people just wearing a bright neon hairpiece, so I've decided it's time to do this. Okay, so going back to the discussion that I had, guys, I don't know if you guys have... Where's everybody from? Let's start with there. Lizzie, Venerex, Kristen. Where are you guys from? Anil. Sounds very... You guys from... Where are you from? Which part of the world are you from? I'm in the United States. Yeah. No, yeah. So going back to the whole thing with TikTok, TikTok is possibly going to get banned. And there are a lot of people that have worked so hard on getting up and running. Nigeria, Austria. Cool, guys. No, it's good. I like this international conversation. I don't know why there's more conversation on here than there has been on my... You guys are more sociable here. It's so weird. You go onto TikTok and it's like dead silence. Like nobody talks. I'm like, are you guys okay? Like what's going on? Do you guys have TikTok overseas where you are? Do you have the blue thing on? This is a hat. It's a blue hat. It's a winter hat. We're winter right now in the United States. It's winter time, so we're not summer. In Africa, my mom is South African. In Africa, I know it's summer. So you guys are having summer in Africa while we're having winter. Yeah, you have TikTok. Yeah, in America, we might be losing it. So we're panicking. I think a lot of people are panicking right now. It's an interesting experience that we're going through. I don't know. Well. Okay, so it's possible that the reason why it might be banned from the United States is that the government doesn't really want people to know as much as they know. I don't want to hearsay. This is for entertainment purposes only. So I want to make sure that he said that, but because the present president that we have right now is the one that banned it. Recently, there's like, yeah, there's like, we need to have it has to be very, and don't forget, this is also a social media platform and I am going live. So I want to make sure that people are not, we can't talk too much about the whys, but more of that it's possibly going to happen, okay? Yeah, it's sad, but, you know, I mean, we do have the other platforms. We have places like, and I'm glad I'm able to talk about this here, because I can't have a conversation about this on TikTok. It's for me, in my case, I'm not like, I don't have 20,000 followers or 50,000 followers. So I think to some extent, TikTok doesn't allow me to speak too much about it because I don't have a foot in the door, so to speak. I'm only at 2,000 followers there. And I'm not, you know, mind you, I've been growing this platform, this particular platform, and it's taking time. This is, I think out of all the platforms, YouTube might be the most complicated one. Some people say it's easy, but I've put my foot in like all the doors. Like I've done the Facebook and I'm moving along with Facebook. I've started the TikTok, it's new for me, so I've developed the TikTok, and that's what I was doing. I slowed down on here because TikTok wanted me to sell items, and this is one of the items. I'm going to show you guys what that is. And it's become very complicated. Okay, so whoever's leaving messages, it says message has been held for review. I'm just letting you know that there's somebody that's on here that's leaving some weird, funky messages. Please don't, guys. We're not, this platform is very, very touchy as well. It's not an open place for discussion. It's a very, it's controlled. Everything needs to be held into consideration, you know? Thank you. Honda shirt. Yeah. Well, congratulations. That is so fantastic. And it takes a long time. And, you know, I don't know, but I know that some people only focus on one platform. In my case, I focus on 5 different platforms every single day. So, technically speaking, I think most people only try to focus on one. But if you're smart about it, I think it's important to diversify, even if it takes longer. And if it is a little bit harder, you won't regret it in the end. Because if I hadn't built this up while I was also building up TikTok, I would be in so much trouble. Because now everybody that is going through this concern that's happening now in the United States, they're panicking. Everybody that hasn't done a second or third platform, they're panicking. People are freaking out. And it's just, like I always tell people, diversify, diversify, diversify. That's me. I diversify. I have 4,000 followers on Facebook. I have 100,000 followers or more on Poshmark. So fashion is also my thing. I have about 300 and something on here, as you know. TikTok, I have about 2,000 something. And every single day I work on all the platforms. I don't stop myself. I don't say I'm going to just focus on one. It's really not a good idea to just focus on one. Focus on multiple platforms if you can. Because if this is the job that you're trying to develop, which is what I've had to start doing, this is something you need to really start considering. I have questions. Okay, yeah. Questions about why you are living? Oh, you mean where I'm living? I'm living in the United States. But that's okay. It's okay by splitting. It's okay. I think it's personally okay to split the vision. I do multiple things as it is. I do fashion, I do music, I do art. I did my master's. So for me, I think, at least in my case, I'm a multi-diverse artist. I do multiple things, and I think it's important to be able to have conversations about multiple things. It doesn't have to be one area, one genre, because if you put yourself in one genre, what happens if that particular area falls apart? Where are you going to go? I've lived in 5 different countries, guys. And each time I've moved to each country, I've had to try different things each time I've experienced life. Okay, I've started 25,000 times. I'm 45 years old. Okay, I'm not 26, I'm not 32, I'm 45. That's like a couple of decades old, right? It is hard multitasking, but to be honest with you, it's probably for the better. I've studied my master's. I did a business degree. I do music. It's okay. And I think it's more difficult if you're not being diverse. Because if you focus on one area, I think that becomes complicated if something were to crumble within, like I said, if something were to crumble within one area, you can bounce to the next. If I hadn't done YouTube or Facebook before I was even doing TikTok, I would be in basic trouble right now. It would be so bad. It would be so bad. People are panicking, I promise you. I haven't been to Austria, but I think I've heard some beautiful things about it. I know that Austria and Germany are generally the same, almost the same, right? It's like a same type of thing. The Austrians are very good with Japanese people. Like the cultures are very similar because it's very responsible and organized. Yeah. Are you joy? What do you mean by joy? What does that mean? I can put some music on. Let's put some music on that I've worked on. Now, the reason why I multitask, I don't know if you guys know, but this channel talks about multiple things. Yeah, I hear. I've never been to Austria. I think I've had friends from Austria. I actually had friends in South Africa who were from Austria when I was living in South Africa, and I heard nothing but fantastic things about it. So I know it gets cold. Look, characters, look up Inside Out. Oh, Inside Out. I see. Okay, I'm going to take a look. Yeah, I'm sure it's worth visiting. If I had the money, I'd probably do it. Right now, my husband and I are busy, busy. He's busy. I'm going to put some music on. The reason why I multitask, I'm going to show you why. Okay. Let's have that discussion. I've never really talked about why I do it. Like I said, I've lived in 5 different countries, and in each country, people want different things. So they require you to do different things. Now, I've had 10, 11, 12 different jobs in my lifetime, or more. I don't know. Like lots of jobs, from U.S. Embassy jobs to working as lifeguard, to working with designers, to working with musicians. Now, the only reason I've done all this stuff is because of the fact that I lived in all these countries. But in order to actually get to the understanding of why it's important, you need to experience life. You need to know that life is not just one straight, narrow road. You know that there are going to be rocks that are going to be coming in certain directions and angles, okay? So you need to make sure that you're ready. When you're driving that car, you need to make sure that you're ready for that rock when it comes tumbling down, okay? You need to have things in order. That's why you multitask. Oh yeah, it's a cool dinosaur, right? He's cool. Yeah, he's my my headphone stand. I'm not going to put this on. I'm going to put the track that I worked on the other day. Ew, turned off? Okay. And especially on social media. Now, if I didn't understand graphic design, if I didn't understand music production, if I didn't understand how to make clothing, if I didn't understand how to build, none of this stuff would have existed, because guess who created all of the stuff that you're seeing right now? I earned the money to create my studio space. I built those things, the soundproofing, I built that. I use tools. I know how to use tools. I paint. Okay? I taught music. And for me to have gotten my music equipment, I had to have music skills to earn money in music, to generate something so I could set up my own space. Okay? Inside Out, the character to go. Okay. Checking now. I can't look on there. I'm going to have to do it on my iPad because social media picks up on things like YouTube. So I want to make sure I can't. Yeah, okay, hold on a second. Okay, let's check. What are we looking up? We are looking up Inside Out. Inside Out. Joy. Oh, you're funny. Oh yes, but so you must be a young person. Are you a young person to watch something like that? You know, I'm older than you, right? Yes, I saw with the hair. I know, I saw that. Very cute, yes. Okay. And you do know that in order to actually make a YouTube channel really work well, you sort of need to have some fun stuff going on, and best to know how to produce music. Because if you know how to produce music, that music can then be used on your videos, whether you're editing or whatever it is you have in mind. Okay, I was going to actually do some beats just now, but let me get to this quickly. All that matters, guys. All that matters. It's important to be diverse. If you're not diverse, you haven't experienced enough in life, then I'd recommend going off and learning some more things to help with your skills. because I'm all about diversity. I would not be building a business up. I would not know how to register a business. I would not have had multiple jobs. I would not have had 3 different jobs in one go. I would not have gotten my degrees if I hadn't had skills that were diverse. I mean, I wouldn't have graduated if I didn't get like certified in certain things. In fact, I wouldn't have had the jobs that I had, if it wasn't for the fact that people understood that I knew what I was talking about. If I didn't know graphic design, would I try to build my own websites? I've built my own websites. You can go onto my profile. Everything you see on my profile, on my bio, on here, I put together myself. I don't have anybody helping me. This is all me. This is all me. That's why you need to be diverse, because you're going to ask somebody, please, can you help me like do the graphic design? You're wasting your money. If you do it yourself, you're saving money. That's the difference. You learn a skill that you can save money on for the future. That's what you're doing in the end. So I called this one Lego. Yeah, I guess that's the all are saved. Okay, so it is important growing up and understanding that you have to have many skills. One skill is not good enough. It's not going to take you far. Promise you that. Guaranteed. I'm coming from experience, hey. I'm coming from experience. I'm an experienced woman with many, many jobs and many, many skills. Sample. '91. Yes, I'm talking, yeah, this is music I produced, hey? Do you play piano? This is what I taught. And in the back over there, it's a bit messy, but there you can see my fashion. There's my fashion setup. So yes, you do need to have multiple skills, guys. And that's like a rough draft. Okay, so this is not where I earn money. I earn money, thank you, it's just a fun little exercise. I have other pieces I'll have you listen to just now. But you know, I'm not going to, like, I don't want to give away my secrets unless people are getting involved with me proactively on projects and visions. I have lots of ideas. But you can start with going into my bio and taking a look at my other websites. From the Wix website to the WordPress. All of it I've done myself. Not one person helped me. From the photography, everything. Okay? So that's a rough draft. That's called an experiment. These are a little bit more complete. Let's go to my SoundCloud. Oh, no, actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to experiment with this. We're going to try this out on here. Okay. This is what I want to try now. This is a Bluetooth. Okay. So I'm going to use my Bluetooth and use this through my SoundCloud. Okay. And I've put shows together, you know, I've like put projects together. This is what you're seeing here is just what I do for myself. I do many other things. Okay. Let's go on to this piece. Oops. I also produced this, so we can hear it from here. Okay. sorry. I'm gonna lower it. Okay, so, and if I didn't understand how to do multiple skills, I wouldn't know how to put together the engineering side, which is the music equipment. So yes, you do actually need to have multiple skills. Okay, any questions? You still want to know about the TikTok ban? I don't want to talk about it because I don't know what I can discuss on here. I do want to, I'm just glad that I'm able to communicate on multiple levels on YouTube. That's the one thing about YouTube, is that you can actually have versatile discussions on things, which is important. And I think sometimes there is a place, you need a place to vent on occasion, right? If I didn't know how to do multi-skilled products, let me show you my fashion. Hold on. This is all business, guys. Like, if you don't understand how to build and construct things, then you don't have... If you don't know how to build and construct things on your own, you don't have much of a business. You need to learn some skills. Like, once you learn some skills, you can put that skill into use and create anything in the entire world. You really can. You just need to put your mind to it. You just need to put your mind to it. I made this, okay? I designed it, I made the pattern. That's exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So if you have any questions on fashion, if you have any questions on how to make music, that's music I produced. If you have any questions on how to do photography, if you have any questions, that's what I do. Graphic design, you name it. I have all the skills in the entire universe to build anything and everything I want to. The only thing I haven't done is create an app. Now, if somebody knew how to create an app, that's a masterful idea. An app production, app construction is a massive business. If you know how to put that together, you basically have like the world is your oyster type of scenario. That's what that is. Okay, so that's what this is about, okay? So, you know, as you get older, you learn skills that become valuable in growth in life. You know, life is not just about having fun. Life is about using those fun skills and creating something for yourself. Goals, be goal-driven, okay? Like, I don't need to ask anybody to make me clothing. If I really wanted to, I could make my own clothing. I don't need anybody to do it for me. If a store disappeared, I know how to pick up a sewing machine and sew if I must. If there was no sewing machine, I would know how to knit. It's all connected. It's all connected, because if the planet and the universe decided to collapse on technology, what would you do? What would you run to? What would you create? These are all the things I think about every single day as a master's degree artist. Like, that's the kind of stuff we talk about. Okay, it's not just about what you can do right now. It's like, what can you do in certain situations and environments? Okay. Another track that I produced. Okay. Okay. And where would you find these things to create your own studio space? How would you know? You'd have to find the research. You'd have to research it, right? If you need products, let me know. I sell products too. And then I do Poshmark. I sell things on my own storefront, you know, but you have to build all this stuff up by yourself. What are you going to do? You need to be diverse. Why would you want to do the same thing on one page for the rest of your life? That's kind of boring. Like, diversity, just like the world needs to be diverse with social understanding, the same thing applies for diversity in business. You need to have business skills in multiple places to make a business work. That's what I'm about. I'm about building up a business from scratch. From scratch. I don't have a family that's, oh, maybe I do. Family that started a business. I have some people who do. But I don't have a family that says, here's the job. I'm going to give you this job in our company because you're part of the family. It doesn't happen like that for me. You build it up from scratch. That's what it is. You build it up from, that's what you do. That's what you do with multiple skills. You know? Are you guys listening to this? You want to see how I've done this? Yeah, I produce my own music. So if I didn't know how to make clothing and I didn't understand how to put the music together, none of this would exist in my space in the first place. In fact, it would be a royal disaster. My whole place would be a mess if I didn't understand color contrast, if I didn't understand how to construct things from ground zero. It all matters. It absolutely matters. 100%. Okay, so what we're going to do now, oh, let me wait until my Poshmark is, okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, and mind you, if you know how to produce music, there are so many more things you can do as well. My sister's a successful musician in South Africa, but she doesn't produce her own music. She has recording studios that she goes to. I didn't want to be like that. I was the I'm going to do it myself person, okay? Yeah. What was I going to do? I was going to go on to GarageBand. Do you guys have an iPad? If you have an iPad, you can create your own music on an iPad. You don't need all of this. But I find that every time I sit in the other room and I'm just using the iPad, people think I'm not serious. So now I'm showing you I'm in my space and I'm going to use my iPad to create music. It's really that easy. So if you have an iPad or a phone, let's start a new one. New one. Okay, and I have lots of videos talking about beat making. Plenty. You guys can go through my videos sometime. Somewhere in the beginning I have more about beat making and production. Yes, use the Bluetooth. So we're going to use this as our sound, okay? So we're going to experiment with beats now. So whatever you've heard me do here, I'm going to do right now. Like we're going to make an example. Like I can see people are interested in beats. But you can only do this if you understand how to put it together, you know? And I'm not going to show you how I do it. You can go back to some of the videos that I've done and you can see how I've done it because I broke it down. I've done videos on me doing it on my phone, and then I have videos of me doing it on the iPad. Today I'm just going to use the iPad. Let's start with a drum. I always like to start with drum. Kit. Drum kit. And if you don't have a drum set, you can create your own beat. I don't have my own drum. I used to play drums. I was a drummer in a band once upon a time when I was younger. But I'm no longer a drummer in the band, so I make my beats a different way now because I don't have an electric bass drum sets or an acoustic. I had an acoustic drum set when I was younger, so yeah. Now it's different. I mean, I think you can make things without like a huge drum kit. You can create your drum kit from here. So I was a drummer, if that helps, okay? Yeah. Why is it giving me... We just went... I don't know why it's just giving me. I thought we were just going to do kit sounds, drum kit. No, we're not going to do jazz. We're going to just do electronic pop. Let's see what we got. Okay. And if you want to look closer into what I'm doing, you can zoom in and zoom out of the screen, okay? That's kind of interesting. So if you want to see what I'm doing, zoom in if you have an iPhone or whatever. Zoom in and zoom out. You can do that. And this is pre-recorded, so you can always go back and revise it. Or you can go to watch the other videos of me talking about it more specifically, okay? So yes, I was a drummer in a band. Okay, that's what I did many, many years ago. That's kind of interesting. Okay, let's add that. We're going to add a couple of things, right? So you guys are hearing me create a beat right now. Now, I didn't have a speaker like this before, so it was a little hard to hear what I was doing. But I think it's easier to hear it now, okay? That's kind of interesting. So I don't just use this space for socializing, I actually use it to be productive. So I use this, you know, you can download these clips and send them over to different apps, right? I hope you guys know that when you go live, there are many things you can do. Okay, so this is just, you're just seeing it live, but there are many things behind the scene you can do with the lives, okay? I like that, actually. Okay, let's see what we got here. That's kind of, okay, so let's see what we have. Oops. I haven't recorded it yet. But you can use it for So basically, with the beat that you have and an instrument that you play, you can technically use that for your drummer. You don't need to have a drummer on set. You just need to be able to set it up where you can put it together. You have your own beats. I don't need a drummer. I was the drummer. So what can I say? Like, I don't need a drummer telling me what to do. I've worked with drummers before. It's not a big deal for me. And I play piano. So yes, I was speaking about diversity in skills. Yeah, you need to be diverse in skills. That's how I see it. So yeah. I don't need to ask a graphic designer to do my graphic design. I already do graphic design. I don't need a photographer to take photographs of me because I already take my own photographs. I am my own model. I do everything myself. I don't need to like, if people want to learn how to do that stuff, that's what I teach. I will teach people how to be independent. That's what I know best. Yes. Okay. Let's go back to this. So now we're going to record this because it's not recorded yet. Okay. I'm doing it for my CC. Loud. We'll adjust the volume. Yeah. That's basically it, what we got here, okay? And that's it. So what I just did is I recorded those parts. Okay, so we can play it over again. You can use those as loops. You can put that into your Pro Tools. So I studied music production in Tokyo and a little bit here, but I'm mainly self-taught with the production side. However, I had over 42 years of music education. So I'm not just coming from I don't know what I'm doing. It's more like I actually do know what I'm doing, okay? So if you or anybody else is interested in learning stuff, I have many, 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 many videos talking and breaking down like all of these things that I'm doing today. This is like a demonstration. Look at this as a demonstration on the capabilities and what you can do if you're capable of doing. I don't need to hire anybody to build anything for me. I build it myself. Like, why do you need to be one skilled person? That's ridiculous in my ears. If for instance people had diversified, and I know there are a lot of people that have done it on TikTok, but if people hadn't just focused on just TikTok, like, for their life. Like, and I've seen lots of pages. They've reached 50,000 followers, and then there's nothing on YouTube. Like, they're missing out on opportunities. That's my personal opinion. So I feel as if you do need to diversify. You don't just diversify in your skills, but diversify in your platforms. Some platforms you can do certain things, other platforms you can't do certain things. So you need to moderate what you're capable of doing and the skills that you're capable of offering on each platform. I paint. If I really have to, I can jump back into my painting. I paint too. I paint cars. Detailed car paintings, like Ferraris, you know. Like, I don't paint the cars. Like, I don't go out there and paint Ferraris. But I actually paint paintings of Ferraris. So yeah, diversity and diversification. And it's a world where, you know, I'm living in the States, and I moved back to the States from being overseas, and I found that the United States allows you to be, like, women have more rights here, if you want to put it that way. When I lived in South Africa, it wasn't like people didn't listen to females as well as you would here in the States. And yeah, Japan was wonderful, but it was also male dominated. So you have to remember, living in certain countries, you're just like living in certain countries, the same thing applies for social media. You have certain things and criteria you need to follow according to what it is they're requiring you to do. So that's like a lesson to be learned, you know? Like, don't just focus on one aspect. Do as many as you can if you have the time. And now in schools, I don't know, in universities here in the United States, they are teaching people how to use social media as the business venture. This is business, guys. It's not just fun. This is a real business application. You're applying your skills in business on social media. It's business now. It's no longer just for fun. It's now, like, if they're teaching it in universities, then it's a sure sign that this is in fact something that needs to be considered as a professional aspect. Like, you need to learn how to build these pages yourself. That is the point. Like, if you learn, you're like ahead of the game. If you know how to build a Facebook page and build those up to earn money, you've won. If you know how to build up a YouTube and develop it yourself and know how to put, like, the thumbnails together and how to go live and how to do the back end of things and all of this stuff, you've won already. You are learning the business skills of our generation now. Well, not my generation, of the new generation, of this new generation. I am Gen X. I was 1979. We did not have technology when I grew up. Like, we had videos, VCRs, and cassette tape players. I'm learning new skills by applying the skills that I'm learning on social media for my new knowledge. You always have to learn new skills. There is no way around it. Like I said, if these are the skills they're teaching in business and economics and all those things, then it's definitely a skill you must have. Definitely. Must learn how to build your own pages up. It's no longer just the video games. Okay, sure, learn some graphic design, and if you want to do some building your own characters for a game, sure, that's fine. But still have the basic skills of understanding how to put it together. Like, how to put a page together. How do you do a thumbnail? What is a thumbnail? What is graphic design? What do you need to do to make graphic design happen? What camera? Do you need to use a camera now, or can you use your phone? Like, these are all the things you need to put into your mind when you're thinking about social media. It's not just one thing. You must have multiple skills. It's just how it works. Like, if you don't know how to build something, learn it. Learn how to build it. Put it like I do. I learn how to put it together. Like, if I don't know something, I go out there and I figure it out. I don't wait for somebody to tell me how to do it. I do it. If I'm curious, I will learn. If I don't have a computer or whatever and I have an iPad, what do I need in order to have a speaker? Get a Bluetooth. Now they have Bluetooth speakers. They didn't have Bluetooth before. So this is also new. Like, new technology. Grow with the technology. Don't just stick in one type of technology. If you're able to make a portable studio, Make it happen. How do you make a portable studio happen? That's like, these are all the things that I put into my mind every single day. So I'm just putting my 2 cents in it. I feel as if, you know, grow a TikTok, grow a YouTube, grow a Facebook, grow e-commerce. If you have eBay, grow an eBay, because you never know. Maybe you don't succeed in the music, but you can sell clothing. Grow. If you don't know what e-commerce is, go look up e-commerce. What is that about? I took a business course. It was a free course that I did in the Harvard. It was the Harvard website. So Harvard, actually, I think it's Harvard or Yale. I think it's Harvard, was offering free, I think they probably do still have it, offering free courses to take. And the one course that I had taken from Harvard, from that free course division, was e-commerce. Like, why is e-commerce so important? Why is there a huge thing that's happening right now? The medical field and technology, that's also another important, like, technology, that's a growing developmental thing too. With new technology comes new systems of creating how that works in those fields. I don't want to go into that because it's not my field. My uncle's a doctor, but that's about as far as it takes it. I also know I was at the optometrist going into medical field. Optometrist the other day, and I thought my eyes were getting way worse than they were. I have terrible eyesight. I wear contacts now. I wore glasses from the age of 5. I thought for the rest of my life I'm going to have these big, thick, googly glasses. I go in the other day, they say, no, your eyes are getting better. Now I'm thinking, are you sure? Like, whose eyes get better versus getting worse? So my ultimate theory as to why my eyes got better is because of my health. If you're healthy and you're eating right and you're doing all the right things and you're making sure that you're like living your life to its fullest, your body heals itself. And also, like, your eyesight is so important. Like, any obstruction to the, as they would say, hippocampus, which is the brain, that could cause problems in the future. So try to make sure your mind is clear. It's important to be healthy. Healthy. If I was a normal 45-year-old, I probably would look, well, I have thinner hair now, of course, but I do think that eating right and eating healthy make up the difference of, if you see somebody who looks younger, they might be actually older, because technically now our generation or our world is living in a time and space where health becomes a big thing. It's a different world. So whoever's 50 might still look 25 because they're healthy. That's what we're living in right now. You know, we're not living in a world of, oh, if you're 50, you have to look a certain way. Maybe they're healthy. Maybe, maybe I'm a little bit older, I've broken my leg, but I'm healthy. I'm a healthy person. So that's my 2 cents for today. If you have any questions on any particular topic, I have many videos on my channel. I have 800 and something videos, whether it's live, whether it's a short, 800 and something videos is a lot of video, guys. So if you have any questions on fashion, I have a discussion on fashion. If you have a question on art, I do a live painting a painting on the screen that you can look at, just to, like, I can explain to you, like, color theory, all that stuff. Like, I was an educator. That is what I did. I was teaching. That's what I do, It's not just, like, I can be cool and social and, like, interact, but at the same time, I'm here to help people understand how to make things happen. Like, what's the point of having a YouTube channel if you can't teach people stuff? That would be kind of, like, redonkulous. Like, that would be terrible, because that's what this is for, right? This is a social and educational type of scenario. And if I didn't know that light reflected off of white, you would not have all these bright colors. Like, these colors are constantly changing because I'm using white as my palette. The palette is white, but you're seeing blue from the lights, and you're seeing greens, and you're seeing reds, because I chose white to choose how your eye sees color on white. And white is the fundamental colors of fundamental colors. Okay, that's like, and look, black, it doesn't, if I used all black in my space, the lights, as you can see in the back, would not reflect. It all matters. It all matters. It really does matter. Primary colors, red, blue, and yellow. And when you make colors happen, mold them together, different colors are created. So you see things differently with your eyes, depending on how the lights and the color is responding to whatever it is you're doing at the time. Okay, folks, as I would say in Japan, arigato gozaimashita, since I lived in Japan for 9 years of my life. And thank you for staying for a while. I do appreciate this. I will try my best to be on a little bit more frequently if I am no longer on TikTok as much as I was, because I was requested to do the TikTok shop, which is a bit of a headache because now I didn't have time to do all the other things. It kind of took up most of my time. So we're going to balance this out. And if you have questions on anything, just drop me a message. Like, I need to learn this, and I'll send you to the video. Or I want to learn this, and I'll send you to that video. I even have a video building these. The things in the back, I showed on a live how to create your own soundproofing. If you need to build furniture, I can draw out some sketches, and I can show you what you need to build your own furniture in your house. That's what I studied as well. I've done many things. At 45 years old, I believe that I have lived my life beyond what we did, to infinity and beyond, as you would say in Toy Story. So there you go. Okay, folks, thank you again for joining me. I do appreciate it, and I will try my best to start doing this a little bit more frequently if you are interested in conversations on how to create a business. What can I do if I need to learn some graphic design? How do I do this in the art? What do I need for a sewing machine? How do I sew? Anything. Ask me a question. I probably would know the answer. I'm like as you would say, an encyclopedia of knowledge after years of learning and training. So ask away. Ask me questions that might sound difficult. I might even have the answer for you, and I can problem solve, and we can figure it out together. Have a wonderful day. It is now, what time is it in the United States? It is now 3:41 on my side. I don't like doing more than an hour because I do have other things I have to do. So that is what I do. Yes, that is why I do what I do. Okay, and the answers have been answered here, and I have many videos, and you can go check them out. Okay, have a good one. Bye. Have a great day.